Howdy guys, I'm filming this video on the same day I filmed the Canceled Projects video, and it's really not a video I planned on making today. Actually, I really never would have planned this video, but I feel like it's something that's really important to talk about. And it's not like me quitting YouTube or anything. I just wanted to talk to you guys about my anxiety. Right now I'm having, I wouldn't call it an anxiety attack, but I'm just having a wave of anxiety surging over me, and I don't like it. It makes me scared and worried, and I feel vulnerable right now, and I feel like a lot of you guys might feel the same way sometimes. So I wanted to come out here and just talk about it, talk about what I do to prevent it, what I try to do, well, at least what I try to do to prevent it, and what I try to do to help it be a little bit better, because I know that some of you guys might be feeling the same way, and I think it's really important to have these conversations, whether it's with a guy on your computer screen, whether it's with a friend, whether it's really with anyone in your life. It's really important to have those conversations. And I think this is honestly one of the methods that I use to help myself is talk to people. Whether that's just explaining, hey, I'm having anxiety, I don't know what to do, I'm really scared. Or it's rationalizing your anxiety. Sometimes you have to sit down with someone and tell them what you're anxious about, and then when you're talking to someone, it doesn't feel as bad to you. So right now I'm anxious because I got a new phone, which shouldn't feel very anxious, right? I should not feel that anxious for that, right? So what I'm doing is rationalizing that anxiety. It's stupid. I really don't need to be anxious about that. There's not really a worst case scenario or anything in there. So I got a new phone. I'm just not used to it yet. I've got a lot of adjusting to do, and that's okay, but there's a lot of benefits of having this new phone. So it's really not that bad, Blaze. You're going to be okay. So whether it's talking to yourself or talking to a friend or a family member, that is just something that always really helps me. And it may not help you. Anxiety is a very, very different thing for everybody. Everybody feels different when they're anxious. Everybody acts different when they're anxious. Everybody resolves anxiety differently. It may not work for you the way it works for me, but I'm just going to go through some methods that help me. Secondly is also doing something I love, like filming a video. So this is something that really helps me. I'm talking to you guys. It's just great. I love you guys so much. I mean, I've been doing YouTube for 4 years, so obviously this is something I enjoy and love. So that's something. I also build Legos when I'm anxious. I'll go to Target, get a set, and I'll put something together, and that just kind of calms me. I'll listen to some lo-fi or some funny podcasts or something, and that just makes things a lot better. Also, just deep breathing. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. There's a couple more methods I'm gonna go into, but I just gotta move over here to show you. So the next thing I do is I use tools. So there's a couple different ways you can use tools. There's a couple different types of tools. So the first tool is something that's just kind of, you can hug it. Take some deep breaths, give it a hug, and relax. And honestly, I hug stuffed animals often, but I also sometimes like to go give my parents a hug or give my friends a hug. If you got someone like that, you can always do that. Secondly is little toys, smaller stuff. So I've got this little Lego Thanos right here, for example, just fidgeting with him. Take some deep breaths and just relax and fidget. Maybe that's even a designated fidget item, like a fidget spinner or something. But for me, my grandfather, who had anxiety a long time ago, and he said he doesn't really need it anymore, he gave me this little stone, and it's kind of just like this. Here, I don't know if you guys can get a good look at it, but it's just kind of like this smooth stone, and I put it right here. I just kind of relax and rub my finger across it and take some deep breaths, and it really just kind of helps me fidget and calm down. Another method is something I saw on YouTube, and basically put your hand out, or I guess either way, it doesn't matter. Breathe in and out, and in and out, and you just do that throughout your whole fingers, and sometimes that helps me when I'm in like a minor anxiety mode. And again, just talking to people. Filming this video itself is really helping me in general. So now I want to get to one more method for helping with anxiety before I get to preventative stuff. First of all, don't shame me. I am really bad at push-ups on their own, but I can do them like this on my knees. So another thing that really helps me is exercise. Exercise is a huge thing, and that's also going to go into some of the stuff when I talk about preventative stuff for anxiety. it's just a huge thing to stay healthy, and even just exercising while you're anxious greatly helps, and it's one of the best cures for me. So while I was exercising, I thought of like 1.5 more ways to help with anxiety, and I'll say half, and you'll understand why in just a second. But the first one is going to be listening to music. I actually have a playlist with Why Should I Worry, Bob Marley, Three Little Birds, Let It Be, just songs about, hey, you're okay, you don't need to worry. And just listening to those songs, or also just music that makes me happy, like Christmas music or the Looney Tunes theme. Weirdly, cartoon themes are really make me happy and nostalgic and stuff. That kind of stuff just really helps me get through my anxiety. Just relax, listen to music, and breathe. So my half method is because it really only works immediately in the moment. And that's watching like funny or enjoyable YouTube videos, TikToks, movies, TV shows, because it distracts you from your anxiety and you feel great in the moment. But then when you turn it off, it doesn't really help. You don't feel better. You just kind of feel not anxious while you're watching it, but then when you turn it off, it doesn't really help. So it's not really like a surefire, like, great, I don't feel anxious anymore. It's more of just like in the moment, you don't feel anxious. So now I want to get into some stuff that I do to prevent anxiety, and obviously it doesn't always work, and that's why I still have these methods to help out with it, but I want to get into a couple ways that are the best ways to prevent anxiety. So the first way that I would do it is something I already mentioned, which is exercise. There's 4 things that I would say are great preventative methods. First off is exercise. That is doing jumping jacks on the regular, having a regular exercise routine, maybe just doing some runs every once in a while, even just going outside and taking a walk. Going outside in itself is helpful sometimes. Next up is eating healthy. Eat healthy, bro. Eat healthy. It's going to help. It's going to help. And get enough sleep. That is huge. That is huge in helping with anxiety. Get enough sleep. Let yourself sleep in. Go to bed at a decent time. That definitely helps. And then this one is kind of doesn't really apply to everyone, but if you're on a medication for ADHD or ADD or anxiety itself, make sure you take that because it's going to help. I have ADHD, and that's one of the main factors contributing to my anxiety, and when I don't take my medication, it's definitely 1,000 times worse. So really, that's all I have to say about anxiety, what to do to prevent it, what to do when it comes along. And that's just what I do. Again, different things work for different people. My source is going to be videos I've watched on YouTube when I feel anxious. My mom, who's actually a mental health specialist, and that's where I get a lot of the preventative stuff from, which has proven to help me. And then also just trying stuff out and seeing what helps me. So again, this is not definitely like this is gonna make your anxiety go away, but it's just stuff that helps me. And just filming this video made me feel a heck of a lot better. I was feeling really anxious, and you can maybe even see it from my tone when I started this video. But yeah, I really do hope that this helped. It wasn't really a video I ever planned to make, but I'm glad I got the opportunity to talk about it, and hopefully I helped some of you guys out. Anyway, hope you're having a great day. Stay safe. I love you. If you do ever need to contact me, my DMs on Instagram and TikTok are always going to be open for you guys because I love you. You guys are the reason I do this, and thank you so much. Deuces.